You guys, today, Caitlin Clark got fined $200. Kathy, what do you think you are accomplishing by that? What kind of message do you think you're accomplishing by doing? You're not even making an example out of her by finding her an exorbitant amount of money. You are literally making a joke out of yourself by finding her such a little.
The WNBA is once again embroiled in controversy, this time over a decision that highlights the ongoing issues within the league's leadership. But unlike past debates about missed calls or questionable officiating, this situation cuts deeper. The league now appears to be penalizing its most prominent stars simply for having the courage to speak out about the glaring problems everyone can see.
Okay, and we know how this works because Sophie Cunningham has told us how this works. If you talk about the refereeing, if you talk about the officiating, on the Instaface, on the TikToks, on the Twitters, any of that social media, in the public, in the interview, if you mouth it in the shower, Kathy Engelbert will peek in and look around at you and point at you and be like, you're fined. Even though she won't clean up the officiating in her trash-ass league. Okay.
Caitlin Clark, the Indiana Fever standout guard who has revolutionized women's basketball, has been fined $200 after posting "refs couldn't stop us" on Instagram following her team's playoff victory over the Atlanta Dream.
So during the game, we saw here, the Fever players celebrating. I would assume based on the reaction that this was after the Lexi Hull steal and everything. And Caitlin Clark on Instagram commented this: "Refs couldn't stop us. Elite bench mob. It wasn't for the lack of trying. Glad they're having fun and celebrating like no other teams." Will she get fined for saying that? Yeah, she got fined.
The timing of the decision is striking, as the Indiana Fever make their deepest playoff run in nearly a decade, stunning the basketball world by defeating the heavily favored Las Vegas Aces in Game 1 of the semifinals. The WNBA has chosen this exact moment to assert its authority by penalizing Clark.
When you're on the WNBA's time or the NFL's time or the NBA's time, getting fined, when you're on their time, criticizing the officials, calling out the officiating, I've seen players get fined for that. But when you're on your own time, well, now, other than Sophie Cunningham, Caitlin Clark seems to be the two players that come to my mind of players getting fined, criticizing the officials, doing it on their own time, quote unquote, off the clock.
Rather than celebrating the incredible storylines unfolding throughout the playoffs, Commissioner Kathy Engelbert and her team appear more focused on policing social media and handing out trivial fines for candid remarks, comments that merely state what many fans and players already recognize.
The hate is real. The hate is real, Kathy. I see you hating on us from a mile away, Kathy Engelbert. We all see it. You out here trying to find Caitlin Clark. You out here finding the one person who's actually bringing money into this league. What a joke. You're mad that the Indiana Fever are here right now. Y'all didn't expect us to get this far. Y'all really didn't expect it. We got Sophie Cunningham exposing the whole league agenda. Exposing them. Caitlin Clark mocking them all on Twitter, all on Instagram, everywhere.
If you're enjoying this, don't forget to subscribe. Now, let's be perfectly clear about what actually happened. Following the Fever's thrilling 87-85 win over Atlanta in Game 3 of their first-round series, Caitlin Clark replied to her team's official Instagram post celebrating the bench with two short comments: "Elite bench mob" and "Refs couldn't stop us." Those four simple words, echoing what millions of fans have been saying all season, were somehow enough for the WNBA to issue a $200 fine, as if enforced by its own version of thought police. The sheer absurdity of the decision is hard to overstate.
What world do we live in? Like, I'm pretty sure she just said the refs can't stop them celebrating. This isn't even her going at refs. It's literally like if you say the word refs and you're an Indiana Fever player, you're gonna get fined. If you say the word refs as a Fever player, the word referees has to be spoken, cannot be said by an Indiana Fever player, otherwise it's a fine. And the worst part is if they got fined for celebrating. So I don't think, only she got fined, not everybody. There's other people on the floor, everything. She's not, like, they're celebrating, the timeout's been called, or the foul's been called, it is what it is.
We're talking about a league that has spent an entire season turning a blind eye to the systematic targeting of its biggest star. Yet the moment she makes a mild, almost harmless comment about officiating, the league reacts as if she's committed a grave offense. What makes this situation even more absurd is that Caitlin Clark isn't even playing in the playoffs. She's been sidelined since July due to a groin injury that cut short her second season after just 13 games. This is the same player who brought unprecedented attention and revenue to the WNBA, filling arenas, driving record-breaking television ratings, and elevating the sport to new heights, and still, from the sidelines, while battling the frustration of being unable to compete, Clark somehow ends up in the league's crosshairs for the crime of stating what everyone already knows to be true.
WNBA definitely got to play these women more. You got to pay these women more, because what the hell? It's a $200 fine. This picture right here is giving me Mom Made Pizza Rolls vibes. Mom Made Pizza Rolls and everybody. Ah! Caitlin Clark was fined $200 for her comments she left on the IG post. She said refs couldn't stop us, meaning they advanced to the next round despite the refs trying to throw them a curveball every game, despite having to play against the refs. And the league said, "Oh hell no, you gotta run me that. You gotta run me that 200. You got to run me that too."
The response from Clark herself tells you everything you need to know about how seriously she takes this ridiculous punishment. Got fined $200 for this LOL she posted on X, accompanied by laughing emojis and a promise that the bench mob will be even more rowdy tomorrow. Her teammate Sophie Cunningham joined in the mockery, joking that the fine would really break the bank for Clark and sarcastically offering to start a GoFundMe. These are professional athletes laughing at the league's pathetic attempt at intimidation. And rightfully so. The numbers put this fine in perspective and reveal just how petty the WNBA's punishment really is. Clark's annual salary is $78.66, but her endorsement deals with Nike, Gatorade, and other major brands are worth tens of millions. To put it another way, this fine represents about 0.007% of her estimated net worth. It's not about the money, it's about the principle and the message the league is sending. Instead of addressing the systematic officiating problems that have plagued the WNBA all season, they're punishing the players who dare to point them out. What makes this situation even more maddening is that Clark's comment wasn't even controversial. She didn't attack individual referees by name, didn't use profanity, didn't make threats or personal attack. She made a simple observation that officiating couldn't prevent her team from winning, a sentiment that could easily be interpreted as celebrating her teammates' resilience and ability to overcome adversity. Yet somehow this warranted league discipline while the actual problems that prompted the comment continue unchecked.
Sophie has got jokes. She retweeted this. That's really going to break the bank for her. Starting a GoFundMe now. Sophie, you got jokes. Hun, you got jokes. Yeah, so Sophie Cunningham Central, I'll donate.
The timing of this fine perfectly exposes the WNBA's misplaced priorities. While Caitlin Clark was being punished for a harmless Instagram comment, her team was gearing up for their semifinal matchup against the Las Vegas Aces, whose star, Aya Wilson, had just been honored with her 4th MVP award. Think about the optics. Wilson, the league's most decorated active player, is being celebrated for her success, while Clark, its most popular and marketable figure, is being fined for gently criticizing officiating. It's a snapshot of everything wrong with the way the WNBA operates. The broader context makes this punishment even harder to justify. Throughout the 2025 season, officiating has been one of the league's most glaring issues, frustrating players, coaches, and fans alike. From the infamous Fever Sun Brawl, which resulted in 5 technicals and 3 ejections, to a season full of inconsistent whistles and missed calls, the quality of officiating has been a recurring problem the league has largely chosen to ignore. Coaches have been fined for speaking out, players have racked up technical fouls at alarming rates, and fan outrage over poor officiating has reached unprecedented levels, yet somehow, Clark's forward comment is what drew the league's swiftest punishment.